Alright, so this is a video I've been wanting to make ever since Cherry Festival, but I've been busy, but I finally got time to go about doing this. So this is going over something that a lot of organizations, a lot of people in general, but in particular individuals in a place of authority and power lack the most. And it's called de-escalation. Here's the video. Okay, so at this point, all this guy is doing is resisting, at best. He's not presenting himself as a threat in any sort of way. Maybe he was aggressive at first, sure, he lunged towards whoever, and then they, started holding on to him. But what Fatty over there doesn't realize is he doesn't need to do this. It's completely unnecessary. But maybe let's give Fatty, the crowd control guy here, the benefit of the doubt that maybe it's just in the heat of the moment or whatever. Maybe this guy will present himself as a problem, so let's see what happens. Alrighty, so I'm 35 seconds in. Now I was there for the whole time, of course, and by this point they had talked to this guy. He clearly, body language and otherwise, is showing that he is calm. He's not in any way aggressive. He's not combative. He's not even being resistful. He's not resisting. Nothing at all. Everything about him says calm and composed at this point. But yet Fatty's on top of him like a fat ass like him on a cupcake. He doesn't understand what de-escalation is. He just wants to be on his power trip in the way that he is there. I don't know if it's just lack of training or just overall lack of discipline or what it is, but holy shit, these so-called professionals suck. Like, what the hell? Learn some de-escalation. Utilize, some discipline here and make a realistic judgment call. If someone's being completely calm, reasonable, and so on, you don't need to be holding on to them and being all aggressive like you are. You're kind of being kind of homosexual there, trying to like hump them or something. I don't know, maybe you're into guys, but you're definitely not doing any crowd control there. Your time could be better used at this point because the individual is no longer presenting as a threat. Like, I don't get that. But let's continue on. Oh my god, 1 minute and 5 seconds in, and this crowd management solutions crowd control person is just making more and more of themselves look so terrible. This is not how you handle this situation at all. I mean, the blue guy was mouthing to him, things, and they were clearly having a very composed, civilized discussion. And he was even able to put his sunglasses and this and that back on, and even get a couple items for the guy. They're completely being mature at this point. Whatever problem that they did have is no longer an issue. But this crowd management solutions, crowd control fat ass just doesn't get the fucking cue at this point. It's quite clear that he just has a thing for power and control, and he's just power tripping, because for what it's worth, not much probably happens anyway, and maybe he'll get one or two people like this. So of course he's gonna go all out as if it's him trying to stop some terrorist from doing something crazy or something like that, like he's fucking Superman preventing the world from being destroyed or whatever. You know, just full-on power trip, overdoing it to the highest degree, to the point of just being completely unreasonable and irrational about it. He gives that company a bad name, straight up. Like, I wouldn't want that individual to be a part of anything that I would be involved in, because he demonstrates a clear lack of ability to control himself, but yet he's a crowd control person. Not cool. Show some self-restraint. Have some discipline. Better training. You're not a good person. You're not good at your job at all. At this point, you should have at least let him go. You could stand around for the intimidation factor or whatever the fuck, but you could have let him go long time ago at this point. Especially if no charges were going to be brought upon him or anything like that. He's calm, he's composed, he's having reasonable conversation with the other individual. This is fucked up. You're shitty at your job.
Anybody else wish like that? Well, let me tell you, I've been all over this world, all over this country, and I've learned one lesson. There's no place better than Michigan. It feels so good to be back home with all these beautiful Michiganders that are here.
Alright, and so ends the video. So, in the end, the police show up and let him go. And finally, Fatty, crowd control guy, by that point had let him go. Like, at least make it worthwhile. If you're going to hold on to that guy, like you've got a hard on for him, at least make sure you're going to charge him for something, because again, this unreasonable detainment, capture, whatever you want to call it, of that person was completely uncalled for and 100% unnecessary. As soon as someone is more than calm and civilized, having reasonable discussion, there's no need to continually hold him like he is out of control. Because that's the point of what detainment and holding that person was to do, was to make sure that he couldn't be out of control. As soon as someone is in control of themselves or otherwise, there's no need for doing that. He wasn't presenting as a threat to anyone. Clearly you guys weren't going to put any charges on him. There's no point in continuing to unnecessarily hold him like that. This lack of professionalism is egregious. I mean, luckily it wasn't anything beyond just holding him, which I wouldn't have been surprised by, but nevertheless, de-escalation, learn it, do better, get better training. You're giving that company a bad name and Cherry Festival a bad look. Jesus Christ. Until next time.